Alright, welcome everyone to Prison Architect. This is actually one of the first times I've actually tried recording, so this is going to be a little interesting trying to see how this plays out. So here we go. So we are going to be creating a new prison today. I've played Prison Architect a couple of times, but I see they've done some updates since last time I played, so this ought to be pretty interesting. So we're going to create a new prison here. Let's see. We have here, first off, prison gender. You know, every time I've done this so far, it's been a guy, so for the heck of it, while I'm going ahead, we're going to try a woman's, and we're going to see what we're going to get here. Now we get to choose our different wardens. So we got 6 different wardens here. Let's see, the first one's just the warden, the most balanced individual on the planet. He does that job and nothing else. People just call him the warden. And, okay, so that's kind of basic right there. Then we got the lobbyist. He's got friends in high places and makes sure the more easily controlled prisoners end up coming his way. Has the likelihood of receiving prisoners who are violent, lethal, volatile, deadly, or fighters. Okay, that's nice. Ruthless and terrifying, Rita has a reputation of running her facilities through judicial application fear. Rumors of her carrying a whip may be exaggerated. Has the likelihood of prisoners being stoical or fearless. Prisoners are suppressed twice as likely. I may end up taking Rita for that second one right there. Prisoners suppressed twice as quickly, and I'll explain why in a little bit. J.W. Periwinkle. Warden Periwinkle says he was a sapper in the war. He never says which war specifically, but he knows certainly everything about digging tunnels. Guard dogs have a 50% chance of fully uncovering any tunnels they detect. On second thought, okay, I'm going to eliminate it down to these 2, because that right there is really important for me. The pacifier is an unusual talent for being able to calm even the most violent individuals. Even being in the same room as him is enough to make some people docile and compliant. Reduce the overall temperature of your prison, making your inmates less likely to cause trouble. You see, I don't play with temperature. Now, I don't know if they're talking about, like, just the atmosphere as far as, like, how people are acting kind of temperature, or if they mean the literal temperature, but I have not played it with temperature yet, so we're not going to... I think he's kind of out of the running right there. Last one, Safara Aknava. I'm sure that's a reference to something. Has a spotless reputation and a squeaky clean record, but behind the scenes, shady deals and under-the-table offerings are nothing uncommon to her. Gets a small cut of the resale value of each piece of contraband found. Prisoners found contraband will be fined directly from their savings. While that's nice, I'm going to really try to get a secure prison this time to try to counteract contraband. I know of a few tricks to get around that. So, let's see. We got Rita and we've got Periwinkle. So, I'm going to say, just because of how I've played this game before, I'm probably going to go with Rita, because we're having the likelihood of prisoners being stoical or fearless, and prisoners suppressed twice as quickly. I've played this game a couple times in the past, and I've had some pretty big prisons, to the point it almost was crashing my computer. Old computer, of course, this is a new computer. And my biggest problem with this game was writing towards the end. I could handle the riots. I knew when they were coming and all that, and I knew when there were going to be escape tunnels. I was pretty good at running search on all my cells. But this right here, I think, is really going to come in handy. So we're going to go with Rita, and she's going to be our warden. Okay, so Fog of War, I always like to leave that on. That's just kind of basic. Generate forests, that's okay. Generate lakes. I'm not going to do generate lakes. Generate buildings. You know what, we're going to try that out. I've never tried generate buildings. We will leave on failure conditions. Gangs, person for gang allegiances will attack rival gang members on site. Extra challenge. I am... We'll not do that one, but that's because I'm going to do events. Causes events to occur during the game to keep you on your toes. I won't do that one. I haven't done games yet until I experiment and figure out how to complete that. I think I'm going to hold off on doing that one. Weather and temperature. We are not going to do that one yet. Staff needs. Enables needs for guards, meaning they will require food, rest, and other comforts in order to do their jobs properly. I'm going to do that one. I've not done that one before, but it has irritated me when I create... There used to be an old glitch where whenever you create break rooms, they always say there's no canteen for this, and I believe it had something to do with this. Escape plans, escape options. You'll now attempt to climb over your walls while trying to escape. Hello. Okay. I don't use unlimited funds, enable tools and cheats. I don't use those. What type of mutators do we have here? Let's see. Danger zone. Danger level of your prisoners are always maximum. You are far more likely to get prisoners who are violent, and they're much more likely to get into fights. No, we'll hold off on that one. Prisoners take drugs, alcohol, randomly gain a reputation trait, making them progressively more difficult to deal with. Acid rain causes rain and snow to damage any prisoners who are outside. No effect if weather is disabled. Makes roughly half your prisoners have the volatile trait, making them cause trouble just for fun. Needs your prisoners. Only gang members will arrive in your prison. Prisoners are far more likely to try to dig their way out of your prison, removing any usual limits on escape tunnels. More contraband smuggled in the prisoner. And all prisoners are alleged. Oh dear God, we're not doing that. Okay, we're gonna hold off on that. I'm just curious at what we got here. Your guards are the cream of the crop, and they don't screw around. They're bigger, stronger, faster, more observant. That's nice. Getting prisoners off the bus will always have their reputation visible. I don't need this because of one of the tactics I use when I bring in new people. So I'm not worried about that one. Only receive prisoners that have no violent tendencies. No, that's boring. No tunnels. Prisoners can't dig escape tunnels. That's literally the only escapes I ever have are tunnels, so I'm not going to even worry about that. No more waiting for trucks. Everything arrives directly in your prison as long as you have space for it. That's very nice, not worrying about trucks. Your staff members can walk the walls, and that's OP. Reputation is revealed. You want to know anything about the reputation of prisoners getting off the bus? Everyone in your prison walks twice as fast. Remove the ability to pause the game clock while playing. Prisoners never release, their sentences last forever, and there's no... Oh, dear God, how would you even survive that? That's crazy. All sentences are much shorter, meaning prisoners recycle through your prisoner. Metal detectors will detect all forms of contraband while you use 5 times as much power. Now, you see, that right there, that may be what I'm looking for. I may really consider doing that one. Old school intake. Once upon a time, a loaded prisoner bus would show up at your prison every day, whether you want them or not. Welcome back to the good old days. You'll get a busload of prisoners every single day, whether you have space for them or not. Oh, that's real fun. This game clock slower, which causes days being much longer. Every single thing you buy needs to arrive on a truck. Big head mode. Gives your prisoners big heads. Love that. Endless winter. Brings back the dreaded exposure status effect and plunge the world into an eternal freezing winter. No effect if weather is disabled. Huh. Local conservation laws mean the trees in the area can't be chopped down. You just have to build around them. Oh, that's stupid. Burn the dead. Anyone killed in prison will spontaneously burst into flames. That's going to be interesting. I want to watch that. Removes limits on the types of contraband that can be imported in prison. Guns, maps, clipboards, all fair game. Extra reputations. Unlocks a range of new reputation that your prisoners can have that will alter their behaviors and how they interact with the prison. Permanent day, permanent night, wild growth. Trees can spread and will grow much faster than normal. We want to run with Burn the Dead, and we're going to try wild growth. We're just going to see how that works. And let's give it a shot. Okay, we're going to pause the game real quick. So, let's take a look at what kind of situation we got here. So we got a cluster of trees up here and here. So with that mutator we got on, these trees are supposed to be spreading real fast. So we'll work on that. We got 30,000 to start off with, and let's go ahead and read the letter. Now, if you want to read this, of course, you can pause the video and watch it. I've read this before. I've done this game. I kind of know how that works, so we ain't worried about that. So delete. Accept our first grant. We'll get to that in a minute. Right now, let's go ahead and make some quick changes here. So we are going to erase those two, and now we're going to rebuild them just on the opposite side of the street. So we got deliveries, which will go right here. We'll go like that. And then we're going to have garbage, which is just right beside it. What is that? 14. 12. Oh, no, we can't be having that. There we go. Okay, all even. So, we've got that in place now, so we ain't got to worry about that. We're going to start building off on the lower section, because I tend to build up a lot, I've noticed. So, we will start off with that. So, first things first, we're going to need some foundations in here. We will go ahead... I normally start off with concrete when I did my last playthrough, which I did not record, and I want to do brick this time, because brick, I just like the look of that brick. That just looks really nice. So we're going to go with that. So that's roughly the middle part. So we'll go 4 like that. Now we're going to do some large jail doors. I'm thinking I might put utilities in here. That might work best. So then what we're going to do is we are going to have brick. Does not want to cooperate with me. Let's try that. And that. And what we're going to do here, objects, large jail door. We're going to put that right there. And that right there. Now I know that looks a little weird starting off with, but it will make sense shortly. We'll put a brick wall, right? We gotta let this finish building first, so let's go ahead and speed that up. I'm going to turn off intake right now until we get done building real quick. I'll zoom out so that way we can see everything that's going on here. Now I know there's been some updates to the game, so I'm not sure what all has changed. This is going to be just one of those things that we experience one moment at a time. While they're building that, let me make sure we got sound turned up. Oh, it is way low. Okay. Zoom out a little bit so we're not going deaf from listening to them. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to do a brick wall right there. We're going to demolish that wall. And we are going to go ahead, foundation. There we go. Now I'm not so worried about, trying to be ultra friendly with saving all the room we could possibly do. I'm not worried about that. We got plenty of time and space to handle all that, so we don't need freaking out about all that. We're going to do a staff door right here, because this is where all of our utilities are going to be stored, and we're going to go ahead and pop those out while we're thinking about it. So we're going to have a power station right here. Right there. And we'll have a pump station right there. Okay. And I'll just put in a single capacitor right there, so that way we'll have a little energy going across. Okay, there we go. So let's go ahead and start popping some walls in here. We are going to put one right here. This is going to lead down into. Let me look at this real quick. Basically, this area right here is where we're going to have visitation, I'm thinking. Do I want that, though? Huh. Maybe not. Maybe we put in visitation a little further up here. That way we can get them to come straight on in, and there's no risk of contraband. I'm liking that idea a little better. Yeah, let's try that. So this... Let's see. Sorry, getting used to some of this again. Planning emergencies. I think those are unlocked because we don't have anyone yet. Oh, we are going to need some offices as well as the intake area. So that right there, we can dismantle that. And we're going to have... I'm going to look at my staff I can hire. Democracy rating, blah, blah, blah. Where's that? Research, come on, where's that? I think it's under reports, maybe. No. Okay, we'll come back to. Oh, I may have to put Borden in first. Probably. Okay, so we're removing that door. So we need to put in a. Let's let them go ahead and remove that, so that way we just know what we're doing. Okay, so we got that in place. Offices have to be 5 by 5. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they need that right there. Okay. I mean, unless that has changed. Is that correct? Your office is still 5 by 5? 4 by 4. Okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So maybe we ought to demolish these walls. And put them in right here instead. I like how I take the whole time to say I'm not going to worry about saving space and not turn around and do that the very time. 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There. 2, 3, 4. 4. There we go. And then objects, we're going to put some staff doors in right here. Or not door gate, we're going to put in the staff door right there. And right there. Speed that up a little bit. And we're going to go ahead and mark those two as offices. Okay, so objects. We're going to need an office desk. Put this right there. Filing cabinet. Now, I want to move the filing cabinet right there. That seems like kind of stupid, picky, but I have a reason behind doing that. So we want to accelerate a little bit here. Okay, so we got two offices that are online. So let's go ahead and get a Warden plot down right there. There we go. So, bureaucracy, prison grading graphs. There we go. Okay, so who do I want to research first? One thing I note, education, blah, 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 legal, maintenance, finance. So basically, finance can be behind closed, can be over here in the front of the building. Maintenance can be in the front of the building, so can legal. Education probably could, but I'm not going to. Health. Amongst the doctor along. Okay, so that's not an actual person. Psychologists, they're going to be deeper in the building. And security. He's going to stay out here. There's no real reason to take him all the way out there. We're going to go ahead and get maintenance working and education. It's a lot of money for education, but I just know how it normally works. We're going to prioritize security and psychology. We'll go with that. Now we're starting to run a little low on money here. I mean, we're at half the balance that we had originally, so why don't we go ahead and just look at our grant so I can see what we can do. So, we have basic detention center, administration center, inmate health and well-being, and staff well-being initiative. Let me look at the administrative center. So we need 2 offices, a warden, unlock finance through bureaucracy, and hire an accountant. Okay, that's like really stupid easy. That'll be fine. Okay, so well, let me just take that grant. So already halfway through with it. Let's see what we got here. I'll worry about staff well-being in a moment. We're going to build intake next. So we need family cell. Oh boy. Oh gosh. Okay, that's new. Wow. Okay, so this is, like I said, this is the first time I've ever played this with a female prison. I actually went to college for criminal justice, so this is kind of like, I know somewhat about prisons. I mean, I'm no master by any means, but I know enough about them and the way they actually work. That, I did not even think about what's going to happen there. Family cells and nursery. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out something for that. We're going to have to... We'll deal with that when it happens, once we start taking in prisoners. Let's see. Let's go on ahead and get this settled real quick. So we're going to go to foundation, no, materials. Let's just go ahead and move into the room. Holding cell, solitary dormitory, storage yard. Reception, there we go. I always think it's called intake, and I never can find that when I need it. Reception. There we go. So, this is where they're going to go when they first come in the prison. So we are going to have, as I mentioned before, this is going to be one of my more secure prisons because I have had issues with riots in the past. So let's go ahead and get this up and running, and we're going to put some metal detectors out here. $1,000. That's kind of ridiculous, but whatever. It's got to be there. Okay, so we have got reception. This is going to be indoor, office desk, table, chair. Okay, so we can do an office desk. Ooh, wrong button. Office desk there. Tables. And I got a chair right there. I'm going to pop a bench in here as well. I just find that works rather well. And let's go on ahead and run some electricity off the side too. Oh, we're going to need it for the metal detectors as well. Now, like I said, this is one of my first videos, so forgive me if I don't see absolutely everything. But one of my things that I try not to do when I'm recording here is leaving anything flashing. That would always irk the crap out of me when I was trying to record something. So we're going to just make sure that anything that's like pressing, we're going to try to take care of right there. Now I noticed that the power station is already at 50%. I probably should go ahead and get another capacitor for it. However, I'm only at 18,000. I don't have a single prisoner in here yet, so we're going to hold off on that. Let's look at how our research is coming. We have got maintenance is good. Okay, great. So now we are working on, what are we working on? Security. I could have swore I chose education before security, but whatever. We'll just do whatever it says. Let's see what kind of staff we can do now. We can do a foreman. Advanced staff members allows you to gain access to janitors and gardeners. Why don't we go on ahead and put him on the payroll? Alright. So now we have access to a couple more staff, supposedly. Oh wait, he's got to research it. That's right. I'm not worried about that yet. Now, I'm going to do just double staff doors right here for now. And we'll just go from there. we're going to go ahead and deem this room as... I guess we'll go on ahead and mark it as storage. That way, if there's any spare room, which there may be a little, they can just pop whatever in here. That may help out a little bit. Cleaning things up. Okay, so we got reception, we got the foreman's office, and we got the warden's office, and we got some utilities online. So we're probably going to be expanding offices this way next. And I guess we'll just go from there. So we are going to pause it and save it. Now this is the real important part, is creating a new prison. And that's some prisons that some of my friends gave me. So we are going to do, what do we want to name this? Let me look up real quick on my phone. What is the name of a famous woman's prison? Let's see, famous woman's prison. We have... Ooh, I like this one. The Tucker Unit. Okay. So, Tucker Unit. That is the official name of one. But let's make that something else. Let's make that the... we'll make that the Pierce Unit. And we're going to go from there. Alright guys, well that's going to be it for today. Thank you for watching so much, and when we come back next time, we'll be working on some more offices, and maybe we'll even be taking in our first prisoners. So thank you very much. Subscribe if you'd like to see some more, and I will see you in the next video.